Hello and welcome to another Brave Young Red Midnight Special. He's James Foley.
He's Angus Lawson.
And I'm Mikey Hepburn.
Who the f is that?
Do you remember Angus? We got a new drummer.
Woo!
Hi, we're on Dixon Street Studios at band practice, and you can meet our new drummer, Mikey. Hey. So that's our new drummer, Mikey. What a guy.
What about that guy? What's his name? Michael Stewart. What about him?
Alright, he went to pursue a dream, something about a Broadway musical of Brokeback Mountain? So rather than do a track of the week as we normally do, we're going to do an album of the week. Just so happens that one of our favourite bands has released their new album this week. Angus.
Got it right here. I went to Love Music and bought it on Monday, and then went to FOP to get it signed. I went to see them and I got it signed. And I thought I was going to get chucked out because I hadn't bought it in FOP, but I managed to avoid doing so.
Pleased with it?
Aye, I quite like it. What do you think of it, James?
Yeah, I think there was quite a few concerns that it was, maybe going to be overproduced or slightly more poppy, or just because it's their first release on Atlantic Records. But I mean, I think it's great.
The overproduction thing. A lot of folk were arguing that it's still an honest Frightened Rabbit album. It's not as honest as like Midnight Organ Fight, but it's not as overproduced as their third album kind of was, where a lot of folk argued they were trying to sound like The National, which it's still a good album, don't get me wrong, really like the album, but it is definitely a lot more production on it. So this is a very nice mix of the two, and is probably up there as one of my albums of the year already.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the creative process as well behind it is really interesting, because where Scott has been primarily the singer-songwriter, it's all been his sort of compositions, his lyrics. This album, it's still, the lyrics are mainly written by Scott as far as I'm aware, but I think the band had more of an input to the actual compositions and the way they were all pieced together. So I think that's generally made a far more interesting sound.
It's going to be interesting where they're going to go though, given that it's their major label debut, because that, what's his name, Zane Lowe, who the less said about him the better, I think, kind of argued that they were in a similar position as Biffy Clyro were in 2007 before they released Puzzle, but I think I would argue that they're in a better position than Biffy were, but that's just me.
A lot of support behind them, so yep, give it a listen. You will be pleased.
It's right good.
It is. So that's it for tonight. Another Brave Young Red Midnight Special in the bag. But before we go, just need to remind you, 28th of February, Thursday night, is our EP launch. Got some tickets. Actually,
not many.
No, quite. Most of them are reserved. I think we've got about three left. So if you're looking for one ticket or three, give us a shout, and we will get you them. Otherwise, we will try and get more from our promoter Maney over at It's a Thing blog. Also, tickets are available from Hannah Jackson and Matt Scott, who are supporting. You can find all their details on the event page, which we will link in the info comments section.
We'll also link the ticket link, because we're nice guys like that.
That's a very good idea. Thank you and good night.
Bye. Hello and welcome to another Brave Young Red Christmas special.